Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So we are continuing with our Alexander grind, pushing slowly towards tier 10. So we are starting to approach the end of tier 4 now. I've sort of got a couple more of the upgrades, which gives me a little bit more movement speed, puts base movement speed up to 7.5, which isn't too bad. We've got the Linothorax, which gives slight body armor and melee defense, although the body armor is obviously still pretty low. Well, actually not as low as I thought it was going to be, considering they're all equipped in cloth. So yeah, no, I've really enjoyed these units. I've enjoyed the tier 3 and now the tier 4 I'm finding just as enjoyable. It's got an amazing charge, which is just so much fun. And now they've got Anvil, they actually stand a reasonable chance of escaping from engagements because you can pin the enemy unit down. And it's just brilliant. So we're going to have a couple of games today. Now we've got them pretty much fully upgraded. We may get this helmet upgrade because I think that actually carries through to the next tier, which it does. But we won't bother getting the next one. There seems to be a little benefit to that. So yes, we'll probably get that one. And then we'll go through towards the tier 5. I'm looking forward to getting to the tier 5 because we are going to get access to the wedge, which gives quite an increase to charge impact and impact damage. So hopefully that's going to make us sort of our charges even stronger than they already are. Going to make us a real dominant force on the battlefield. So we've got that to look forward to, and I'm pretty looking forward to playing them. So we'll have a couple of battles today, and once we've got that done, we'll then join us on the next episode. We'll be starting with the tier 5s. So I shall see you all in the battle. So we are loading into the Alps map, the Snowy Alps map. Pretty good matchmaking, mostly tier 4. So notice we've got one tier 5 has been brought in here on our team with us. I think everyone else is tier 4. So we'll just, I was going to go there. Let's go over here and head into the forest. So we'll see how we get on this map. Obviously, we might not go according to plan. I don't think we won many on the last game, on the last episode, on episode 3, so hopefully we'll do a bit better today. What have we got on our team? Quite a few ranged archers, javelins, archers, artillery. Yeah, so quite a lot of ranged units to contend against. So normally when our side has quite a lot of ranged, it normally means that the enemy is going to as well. So I'm going to do my classic starting move on this map. I always seem to do this, although it doesn't always really work out. Is to sit back here, because by sitting away from the forest edge, I get visibility out across this whole triangle area of flatland, but they can't see that far in the forest to be able to see me. So we might get some enemy cavalry, that would be the dream, some enemy like barbarian raiders start to come towards us, can't see us in the cavalry, and we can get sort of a surprise charge off on them and do a good opening move. But equally, as may be the case, either nothing's going to come or I'll end up charging into some heavy infantry, and that won't exactly be ideal. I noticed some enemy cavalry down there in the middle. Something we've got to watch out for. Oops, where am I going? Too far up the map. We've got some enemy archer fire coming out here, so we've got archers to contend with as well. Ooh, there goes some of our rocks. Doesn't look initially like anything is coming our way unless someone else is pulling the same trick on me, although not many people seem to do this trick, so should we advance? Go on, let's risk it. Make an exciting video if nothing else. So there's some enemy citizen cavalry coming. Oh, just at the wrong time. I wanted to charge you, but not. You're going to spot me. When are we going to charge? We'll risk it now. Oh, we've peaked too early. Way too early. They're going to hammer me back. Get engaged before they can hammer. Oh, it's a terrible move. They wisely anviled me. And we've got an enemy hoplite unit coming up behind. Come on. Wait for the anvil to end. Come on, anvil. And they can hammer me from behind if they want to, because I've not got a hammer active. Oh dear, what a terrible start. Oh, let's just try and get out of this. Some of our units are routing, and we're rear flanked by the enemy, all the enemy spearmen who have turned up. Whew, dear. Okay. Relatively speaking, for the amount of losses we took there, that is not too bad, given how shockingly badly that went. Yeah, we lost all morale, massive routes. Okay, let's try and reform, see what we can do. Oh dear. Okay, so our units are coming back. So we've got these enemy guys charging down here. I would quite like to engage these Greek Cavalry again and actually get my hammer to work. They've just used their hammer, look. Oh, and they've kind of got caught because they got hit by a rock. That's perfect. Come on, move. Hammer now. Yes, that's a bit more like it. That's what we wanted. That is what we wanted. And some of them are routing, if we can. Well, they were routing. If nothing else, we've got quite a lot of damage on them, and then I think, okay, that's 2 enemy cavalry units eliminated, if not all of them eliminated. So let's get moving. That was a bit of a better move there. Better than my opening start of the game anyway. So, let's think about this. So we've got some enemy units over there, but nothing really threatening base at the moment. So I think perhaps a good thing might be to try and target the enemy artillery if we can find it. So let's keep an eye on the horizon for where these enemy shots are coming from. I would expect them to be somewhere around here. Can't actually see them. Maybe they're redeploying. They don't normally come over this part of the map. So I'm just going to go over this way. Yes, from some shots hitting to this cliff here, which suggests they're further up. So I'm probably going to say that up on here would be a logical place for them to be. The next question is going to be, have they got any infantry support? If so, how much? And have they got stakes? Because, oh, there they are. Infantry support, yes. Stakes, no. Are they paying attention is the next question. If not, no, fuck it. Perhaps a little bit risky charging a hoplite unit. Probably not really what one should be doing. Let's just anvil them. Don't know why I did that necessarily. They appear to have at least realised. Let's just review my charge. Obviously, let's just kill these guys then. If they're just going to be AFK, this enemy hoplite unit. I guess they're engaged somewhere else. Maybe. What's the player name? Ice23. Yeah, so I guess they're probably engaged somewhere else in the field, and they can't be capable of focusing on all these different places at once. So let's just cut down his enemy artillery. We might as well. Our archers seem to be doing a good job of killing the enemy hoplites, so we don't need to worry about them. One mistake I definitely made there is why I charged with all 3 units in not a great angle. I mean, it would have been a much more wise for me to sort of spread out a bit and charge individually. We could have done a lot more damage. Sort of not quite like that either. I know we're running in front of our own archers, so I fully accept that we're taking a bit of friendly fire there. That's obviously my own fault. But we can get these guys to rout. I mean, the charging like this is kind of where the Greeks come into their own. He's even apologising. I better, because it's my fault anyway. So don't need to apologise to me, Mr. Javelin Man. I charged in front of you. Let's just see if we can kill these last few people. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them to rout. Probably not. Okay. Yeah. Go away. I'm not chasing you. I'm not trying to kill all of you. So what are the enemy else has the enemy got? Not a lot on the horizon, and actually, good, given a look at the score, we need to get into the base. We are not winning this battle like I thought we were. So let's just get in and try and capture. I think we're going to have this one in the bag if there's no enemies turn up. Look at that, that's a nice opening game. Pretty pleased with that. 2,000 aggression damage, just over 4,000 total points. And that should be the first victory of the day with Alexander, so it should give us a nice amount of experience. Good, that was a good opening game. Let's see, hopefully the second game will go as well. Probably not. Okay, that was decent. We're well on our way to tier 5 commander-wise. We've got a good amount of points. I'm pretty pleased with that. We've got a few capture points at the end there as well. That probably gives us enough to get the helmet upgrade I was looking at, which we shall do. So what difference does that make? Oh, the only difference is we gain some feathers. And obviously, as everyone knows, the more feathers you have, the more morale and view range you get. Okay. Oh well. So then we're just basically driving towards the tier 5 now. So we'll have one more game and let's see how we get on. I shall see you all in the battle. So we are loading into the Battle of Marathon. So that last game didn't go too badly, and it looks like we've got good matchmaking again on this match. All tier 4s as far as I can see on our team, as long as I'm not missing any. We have got some artillery, so it means the enemy is probably continuing to have artillery as well, so it's something we've got to watch out for. Other than that, a lot of infantry in this game. Three infantry there, dogs, or some cavalry there, infantry, and a couple more cavalry. So could be interesting. Could be an interesting match, this one. We've got to be careful perhaps not to get too far ahead of ourselves, particularly on Marathon I find, because it's got quite this open centre, bar this forest, which obviously I don't want to be fighting in. The centre's all kind of pretty exposed, so I kind of think you have to sort of wait for the infantry to sort of clash first before you get too stuck in anywhere, because otherwise the infantry just end up targeting you and you get cut down really quickly. But let's see how it goes. We'll push forward. It looks like our infantry is pushing up fairly hard as well, but we'll push up, see if we can scout anything. Obviously with our much increased view range now, we might be able to get some early spots, but it also looks like our infantry is trying to push up quite hard as well, so they may end up getting some spots. So let's get pushing up. No, we're taking the lead on the scouting. They captured the end of their observation point. Oh, our artillery's got quite some long range to be able to hit that observation point. Oh, it just can. Okay, that's good opening move on their part. Some enemy archers. Don't want to venture too close to them. We'll probably find out very momentarily if the enemy team have any artillery or not, because I suspect we're promptly about to get shot if they do. I didn't see anything coming towards us. We'll provide some spots for our artillery there. Oh, and there's the enemy artillery. We saw it there. We just caught a glimpse of it near the watchtower, which is excellent. And our artillery doing a good job of getting some rounds in on those enemy archers. Look at that damage. And hopefully we might get some spotting damage if we can keep them lit up as we do the damage. And there are enemy artillery is starting to open up, so they might want to look at trying to deal with that. I've not seen anything else though. Yeah, it looks like the enemy artillery might be firing at ours, trying to counter barrage it. Counter artillery, I guess. Let's put some citizen cavalry over there. I'm not seeing any enemy infantry. I don't know if they're all going to be in the forest or what. They all seem to be just moving up against this enemy. Artillery doing quite a good job taking out some of the enemy positions there. Just gives a little bit of it. There's quite a few infantry there, like in the forest. I mean, this artillery is just going to get overrun if there's no one to defend it. Okay. I'll hammer you if you like. Nice early charge, early charge. Try and get the win on that engagement. We are going to be risking getting shot at by arrows significantly here. Let's just anvil this guy if we can. We had one unit that wasn't. I want those archers to retreat really, because I don't want to be shot by them. That was a nice opening catch on this cavalry, and that is them destroyed. Whoa! Oishki, Oishki, Boishki. Where did those lot come from? They're moving quickly. Oh, big hit from some enemy archers there. Let's get out of there. Pronto. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to get taken out by 3 units of hoplites. That would certainly be a rather painful engagement. I might have a go on these dog handlers though, if they sort of turn their backs on me when they release their dogs. As long as their dogs don't come for me. Yeah, particularly with these other cavalry coming in. Look. Although we've got some enemy war dogs looking to have a bit of a move. Can I get all those archers over there? Can I get around these Romans? That's the million-dollar question I need to ask myself. So this guy's continuing to advance forwards. There is a gap here. Is it big enough for me? Oh, it is. Easily, easily. Just try and spread out, don't blob. This is what my classic error, I'm a classic blobber. Although actually with the archers being blobbed, do I not kind of want to be blobbed to hit them nice and cleanly? I don't think they've actually yet noticed me. They've not fired a shot at me. I'm trying to get a nice... Oh no! What's that coming out the forest? Oh no! Oh dear, that was very unexpected and not what I wanted at all. Let's send one unit against these archers. And these units going to rout. Bollocks! Oh, it was all going so well, it was too perfect that I got ambushed by some darn brigands. Okay, right. Let's continue the fight against these brigands. That was very unexpected. We've got some of our units against these archers. Right, once these guys' chargers sort of come back, we'll flank with these and try and get a bit of a charge into the brigands. That was very poor on my part, not noticing that they were sort of loitering there in the forest. Sneaky sods. Right, okay. Let's leave those archers alone. They're being killed efficiently. As much as I would like to be killing them to get all the experience, I think we need to try and help out our remaining units if we can. Let's turn. Anvil. That's not a very good look at that. What a shockingly bad charge. I swear most of them were lined up nicely before they changed their mind and turned around. But at least we've got some units on the rear. It'd be nice if these brigands could get involved. Oh, they're getting a mount kick in, which is obviously very effective. Come on, guys, just leave that last... You know, I know you'd want to kill that last archer, but I could need you now. I'm going to anvil and try and get this unit out of here, because there's no other support coming from the remaining units, so I'm kind of in trouble if I don't have anything left. They're still going for me. They really have it in for me. That... Oh, dear. It's surprising, because they're sacrificing their own units just to chase me, yet this guy doesn't seem to want to actually kill them sometimes. They actually ran through 3 units of brigands just to try and chase my unit. I suppose it's a good thing for the team, because it means they, you know, took a lot of damage just to achieve that very minor impact. Let's not go down that way. So we've still got 1 unit left with a shocking 10% health. We did a little bit of damage to them. It was all going so well until I didn't notice the ambush come out the forest. Oh, I can't believe it. That was a definite disaster. I'd quite like to get onto this artillery, actually. If they're going to go down that way to engage the brigands down there, it'd be a nice opportunity to go for this artillery if these guys can hurry up and get round a bit quicker. Can I actually get a nice charge, or will I screw it up again? There's a gap in this fence here, look. Come on. Come on, cavalry, don't let me down this time. Don't run into it, look, you can go round it. That's it. Yeah, line up. Okay, thank God. A semi-decent charge. Now, let's just rout these guys if we can. We get a good amount of experience killing artillery crews, so let's try and do that. That's 1 if we can, and then let's try and escape. Will we get a flank on them? No. Okay, let's get out of here. Run! Not into the fence. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. Oh, any brigands? Being chased by friendly brigands. We lost 1 or 2 units. They're going to rout. I think they're going to rout us. Because we're going to run if we were below the morale limit. Oh! Bollocks! That was not so good. But we still got the kill on 1 of those units of artillery. It wasn't a particularly great game, that one. We certainly did better in the first one. Yeah, that ambush, that really took me by surprise. I thought we were just lining up. I was so tunnel visioned on these archers here, which just didn't seem to have noticed me, and it seemed absolutely perfect. I don't think it was a bait trap, but if it was, then that was just amazingly well played by those brigands. But oh dear, that could have been perfect if we would have got a lovely charge into those archers. It would have just been wonderful, but it didn't quite pay off, unfortunately. And then it made worse by the fact that once they hit me, I panicked and tried to smash my charge, because if we can get a charge and people hitting you side on, if you're the better charger, you'll still win that charge. But they'd already hit me by the time I activated it, and I just wasted my charge, and that was just very poorly done. So we'll just wait for this battle to end. I just noticed it's worth commenting on that this Hastati player here would have been much better off charging with 1 of his units and flanking the rest of his units around these hoplites, because he's going to have a bit of a harder time pushing against them. But I think he's just going for sort of overwhelming force. It almost looks like some of these guys haven't gone into phalanx. 1 of them is in phalanx. Oh, they've entered phalanx now. If he'd have flanked some units round, that would have been a much more effective way of dealing with it. But he's starting to use his overwhelming strength to punch some holes in their lines now, so it's not really a problem. The artillery crew is just still alive, although not for much longer, I suspect. They just got hit by artillery. And there they go, the last man's dead there. Our friendly artillery throwing some rounds in. This guy did quite a good job, I think, as an opening player, although he doesn't actually earn very many points. Oh no, he's earned him a fair few points, actually. It's 2k9, 2,700 aggression damage. It's actually quite a lot for artillery. It's one thing I've noticed, that while artillery is always sort of really annoying when playing against it and quite powerful, we'll see some allied damage, they never seem to get the top of the leaderboard. It's very rarely do you see an artillery player winning or anything like that, so whether artillery is still overpowered or not, I don't know. Well, I guess they're just trying to get some damage on these Romans. I would have, at this point, I think these 2 Greek Cavalry, same tier as me, should have anviled and then got out of that situation, because it's not a very winning fight. But it looks like we captured the enemy base and won the battle anyway. So our fellow Greek Alexander player got the top spot in that game. But at least that's 2 wins in a row. Not doing too bad for me. Well, certainly, oops. We'll have a quick look at what we did. Certainly the first game didn't go so too badly, but this second game was not so good. Look at that, not really ranking very highly in the list there. We got a little bit of decent aggression damage in. Early game, it was quite a good play from against that enemy Greek commander player, who sort of came far too far forward with his one unit, trying to defend his artillery, and we managed to capture him. And then as he tried to retreat, we were able to hit anvil on one of our units, which meant he couldn't escape and we could cut him down. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. When we have the next one, which we'll hopefully have out in sort of a couple of days, something like that, will be on the tier 5 companion cavalry, who even look badass with the yellow. We'll be getting stuck straight in. We've already got a few things upgraded. We'll have the helmet and these ornate greaves. I'm not sure if we might have that spear as well, actually. Exquisite Zoltan. Oh no, we're fine. Okay, we won't have that spear. So we'll have to look at getting the upgraded spears and stuff like that, which will certainly be pretty cool. So we'll probably end up having 3 videos on the tier 5s before we get on to the tier 6. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a like. It really helps the video out if you can give it a like. And comment, let me know what you think about this series. And I shall see you all on the next episode at tier 4, 5. There we go. Thanks guys. See you next time.